Taking action may not be enough to achieve the success you're looking for in your business. I hate to break the news to you. So today I want to talk to you more about how do you ignite that success in your business and what is keeping most entrepreneurs kind of stuck in the muck. So, welcome to today's episode of Soul and Strategy for Entrepreneurs. This is Dawn Marie. I am your host for today, and I'm going to guide you on how to blend your inner wisdom with practical strategies so that you can achieve the success you want in your business. Today's episode, as I was saying, we're going to explore how to identify actions that are not productive in your business, why most entrepreneurs get stuck in them, and how to shift into more effective focus quickly. Let's dig in. So I want to throw this statistic out there for you. And I want you to also know that the first time I heard this, I was very resistant to it. I did not understand the truth in this until I observed, took a step back and observed. So, generally speaking, statistically, 80% of the average entrepreneur's actions are not effective and not getting them where they want to be. As a matter of fact, you could just label it as fluff or filler, which is definitely not where you want to be investing your precious time, efforts, or energy. So, if we do the math, it leaves about 20% of what you're actually doing, what your efforts are, that are making a difference, that are moving that needle forward, that are bringing you closer to the results you're looking for. So maybe you're feeling exhausted, maybe you're feeling stuck. This could be why. So I want to take some time first and identify why. Why do we do these silly things, these filler and fluffy things that aren't getting us anywhere? And then I want to shift over to some solutions. I want to offer you solutions. So let's look at the why first. So, the first reason a lot of us do this is because we really don't know what else to do. The lack of knowing of what to do and the clarity on what is actually working is going to kill your business. It's going to kill your desire, your motivation, and your results. All right. So, oftentimes when entrepreneurs get started in their business, they're so excited and rightfully so, but they skip over a few steps that'll bring that clarity and they just start taking action. And that's what we're taught often. Just do it. Just do it. Just take action. There's a lot of problems with that. And we're going to talk about that a little later, but let's talk about the second reason. Listening to too many experts and thinking, well, if I just do all the things, like surely something's going to stick, right? Here's the problem. You already have a plate that's completely full. It's completely full. It's 100% of your efforts. And already only 20% of those are actually being effective, and 80% are draining you and keeping you busy. So, what do you think is going to happen if we add more to that plate? Does that make sense? But yet we do it because we keep thinking we're missing a piece. No, you're not missing a piece. Chances are very good you're not missing a piece. Chances are very good that you actually have too many pieces going on. Um, and then the third thing I want to talk to you about that kills productivity is procrastination. I am so guilty of this. This is something that shows up in our business, whether you're brand new, whether you've been at this for years and have major success. Whenever you are expanding, whenever you are growing, expect a little bit of procrastination unless you've gotten real clear on how to avoid that and eliminate that before it even starts. Because procrastination, it goes back to what I was saying in number one, which is lack of clarity. This will keep you from taking action, that lack of clarity. But it's also often due to fears. And it could be more than one fear showing up. And it actually could be a blend of fears as well as lack of clarity showing up. This is going to make it real hard to move forward. It's going to feel heavy. It's going to be like you're climbing a mountain with a backpack full of rocks on your back. Definitely not fun, right? And then the fourth thing is a false belief. And how many times do false beliefs get on our way? Well, here's another one popping up. If you simply take massive action, that something's going to stick and create more results. Well, the truth is, it will create more results, but we all know the definition of insanity. And for those of you who may not know, who've been living under a rock or just haven't heard the expression before, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, but expecting different results. So this applies here and applies even more because if you're taking action that's not getting you the results you want, taking massive action of that same action is simply going to bring you massive results of the things you don't want, which is totally a game killer, right? Um, and I've been guilty of all of these things, just so you know, this is not something where you want to beat yourself up or put yourself down. These are very common. You might be surprised at how often entrepreneurs struggle with this. But today I want to really look at solutions for you. So, identifying if these things feel familiar or like this, yeah, this is what's going on. You have to do the pre work before you can get to the real work. Okay. So, let's look at some solutions. The first solution I want to offer you is, honey, it's business, it's not personal. Take your emotions off the table when it comes to what's working and what's not. Emotions have nothing to do with the equation. The math ain't mathin'. What you want to do is analyze your data. So, you get with somebody or find that alignment somewhere, whether you're working through a coach or you do it through shadow work or, digging deep, whatever, however you want to get that alignment. And then you start taking action. Now you want to analyze the data. This is something that I avoided because I felt there was no, well, nothing's working. There is no data. But everything is data. What worked, what didn't work, and what can you do differently? I paid a lot of money to a mentor in order to learn that, but that was one of the biggest takeaways I've gotten along my journey is it's not personal. It's not about you. It's about what worked, what didn't work, and what can you do differently. And now it might feel like nothing has worked, but I promise you something has worked, even if it's only small things. Okay. So this also includes how you feel while you're doing each activity. If you absolutely despise something, you just can't stand it. If it's simply not your jam and it doesn't align with you or, who you are or your goals, it's not going to work. It's just not for you. And that's okay. I don't care what the experts tell you. Oh, this will work. It's a proven fact. It's a proven fact that it worked for you. Okay. But that's not a proven fact that it's going to work for anybody and everybody because it's not an alignment always. All right. So take a step back, take some inspired and aligned action, and then take a step back. Well, what was working? And you should do this on a regular basis. You might want to do it on a weekly basis, a monthly basis. It really depends on where you are in your business. What can I do differently? That is the big question. So, what actions do you love and enjoy doing? Even if you were afraid or didn't get 100% of the results you wanted, these are most likely the aligned ones for you. So they may need a little tweaking along the way. But This is something you're going to want to really focus on. If you feel good doing it, if you're getting some results, if it energized you, if it felt amazing, if your jam is really doing live video or podcast or whatever it may be, in order to expand your audience and grow your business and reach your dream clients and start bringing in more revenue and opening the flow of your business, if you're enjoying it, it's aligned. It may just need tweaking along the way. So pay very close attention to what you enjoy doing and what you don't. Okay. And I'm not talking about, well, I didn't enjoy that because it's scary for me. Yeah, things are going to be scary when they're new to you. That doesn't mean that you didn't enjoy it necessarily. It just means you had some fear around it. All right, so let's move on to the next one. So number 3 is don't skip the clarity. Oh my goodness. This is where we all try to cut corners. This is where we all try to avoid subconsciously because this is the hard work. This is often what entrepreneurs slide right past with the belief that they'll figure it out on the way. And it really isn't that important. I'm wasting time. I'm not getting things done. This is not going to work. I promise you. The more clarity you have before you get started, the more aligned your actions are going to be, the easier your load is going to be, the lighter your journey is going to feel. Okay. So it's hard to see the picture when you're in the frame oftentimes. And sometimes it actually feels like, or it can feel like you're drowning and you're crying out for help, and then someone throws you a baby. This is from lack of clarity. It brings you to be doing too much. It brings in overwhelm. It really steals the joy and it kills your results. So you sometimes have to dial it back, go back and get that clarity, because this is what's going to help you cut through the crap real quick, okay? And get to the place you want to be with less bullshit. Now, the fourth thing is identifying where your fears are showing up. This is gold, people. I'm telling you, this is absolute gold. When your fears are showing up, there's a reason. And it doesn't matter how hard you push to push past those fears. If you don't first negate that fear as much as possible, and I'm not going to tell you it's going to go away 100%, it's not. It's trying to keep you safe, and you need to understand that. But when you learn how to negate it as much as possible, pushing past it won't be as hard. It won't be as heavy. It'll be a lot easier, and you will understand it better so that you're not sitting there like, I want, why am I not doing it? Like, this is so easy. Why am I not doing it? Why can't I just commit? What is wrong with me? No, there's nothing wrong with you. This is your mind and your body's way of letting you know there's a problem here. Let's dig into that and remove that problem. So, some of the ways you can negate that fear is, first of all, identifying it. What is really scary? Is it really live video? Is it really taking this action or that action? Or is it a piece of that? Is it a piece of that? All right. And then once you identify that, then you can start creating new truths. So maybe one of the actions that you're really afraid of is creating videos, creating a new truth around that. Okay, why am I afraid? Well, I'm afraid because I'm afraid I'm going to mess up. Well, everybody messes up. Yeah, but I remember, and you dig deep enough. I remember when I was in the 5th grade and I had to do the speech and I totally messed up and everybody laughed at me. There's the identification of the fear. Okay. The new truth is, you didn't die from that. You don't have to worry about people laughing, and maybe they'll just be laughing with you. You create a new truth to help smooth and pave that way, so that working through that fear and overcoming it isn't as heavy and hard. Your brain is trying to keep you safe. Sometimes we can be our own worst enemy. The important thing is not to ignore the fear, to acknowledge it, to speak truth to it, and to do it anyway. So if you've enjoyed this episode, please be sure to subscribe and turn notifications on. Check the description for more places to find me, as well as how you can work with me privately.